The best way to fail at any game development is to never try. But if you never try, then one could argue that you'll never actually fail. So let's assume you do try. Here's how to fail. Alright, marketing. The elusive enigma that nobody understands, but everyone has an opinion on. It's also the thing that indie devs dread the most. Why? Because they are broke and don't have that much time. That's why. When it comes to marketing indie games, there are only two schools of thought. 1. Your game is amazing, and the best marketing is word of mouth. Once someone plays your game, they'll think it's so cool that they'll tell their friends, and their friends will tell their friends, and anyone in the world can be reached through a chain of about 11 friends, so in about 11 days your game will be enjoyed by every single person on Earth, because it's just that awesome. So there really isn't any need to do any marketing at all. Or 2. Your game is the absolute worst and you know it, but that's okay because the purpose of marketing is all about how you can trick a potential player into thinking your game is worthwhile. Marketing isn't about increasing the reach of your game by showing what it's about and that it might be fun. Marketing is about straight up lying in order to get clicks and downloads. Then all you gotta do is figure out a way to get around those pesky return policies. When marketing your game, there are only so many things you can do, especially when you're a poor broke indie dev that nobody really cares about. So let's cover a few of the things you can do. Devlogs. You could create development logs where you can show off the progress of your game. The key to these is to try to draw out each episode for as long as possible without actually saying anything about your game. No need to get to the point, people love it when you don't. If you would like an example of what a good devlog should look like, there's a link in the description. But honestly, devlogs are the sort of thing you do after an early access release. No need to start building a community before your game is actually out. Streamers and reviewers. You could reach out to streamers and reviewers. The best way to do this is out of the blue. They prefer an email that's poorly spelled and is just a copy-paste address all the streamers you found over the last week at once. Be sure to not really say anything about your game except its title and something really generic about your game's genre. Like if it's a platformer, then be sure to point out that your game has jumping. Also, don't bother making a press kit. The content creators should have to put effort into making their content, especially for a game as cool as yours. Make a game trailer. This one deserves its own episode, but then again maybe not, because all you have to do is throw together a few screen recordings of your game and talk about things that literally every game has, all to the backdrop of overused stock music with no in-game sound effects. But hey, any kind of trailer is better than no trailer at all, right? Even if your trailer makes your game look like absolutely awful, like so bad that it's paid for ad. Ad. You could pay for ads. It's actually a good idea because your target audience happens to be the demographic least likely to use an ad blocker, and they trust ads implicitly. But what do I know? I've never done it. Maybe it works great. Go rob a bank. Social media in general. Using social media is free. There you can start looking desperate as you beg people for wish lists and follows on posts about your unremarkable generic game that is only different from all the other games out there because it has a unique story. In fact, you should focus on your game's story more than anything. Ain't nobody gonna care about unique mechanics or eye-catching graphics or creative yet simple gameplay. No one's gonna care about the experience they might have while playing your game or about the unique challenge your game presents. No, instead, they want to hear about story. That's a good thing they do because that's such an easy thing to market. Man, it would be so much work to show off your game's mechanics in 3-second animations or GIFs. Yeah, it's much easier to show off complex lore, plot, and character arcs in your game's story instead. Yeah, you should do that. It's not like only a small minority of people are attracted to games because of their stories. I mean, most people are like that, for sure. To summarize, it doesn't matter what kind of marketing you do, or what kind of game you make. The whole indie market is luck-based anyway, and your efforts won't have any impact. So just don't bother. No, I'm serious. Quit trying to make your own luck. Stop trying to stand out and be special. And if you follow these instructions carefully, you're bound to succeed at failure. Stop resisting. Alright, hold still. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, watching. Funny story, I was playing a game the other day, and after a while, I kept playing that game. Anyway, you have an excellent day. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.